everyone, and welcome back to the Art of Doing It All YouTube channel. If you guys are brand new here, my name is Madison King, and I recently started this YouTube channel so that I could share with you guys my entrepreneurial journey as a young woman and all the tips and tricks that I learned along the way when it comes to making money online. So personally, myself, I do work here on social media, and I'm also in network marketing. So I make money through YouTube, through sponsorships, through Instagram, through my network marketing business. But I know that a lot of you guys out there may be just starting out and dabbling into making money online. So over the next couple of weeks, I am going to be dedicating my channel to sharing some really awesome side hustles and ways that you can get started with making some money online here or there. Some of these things might be more temporary solutions for, to make a quick few bucks if you're trying to pay off debt or subsidize your income or something like that. If you're a stay-at-home mom trying to make some money to help support your family. But some of these things can also turn into huge six-figure, million-dollar businesses. So I'm today going to share with you guys 5 high-paying side hustles for 2020. So the first side hustle that we're going to be talking about today is to start a social media channel. So this is something that I am not an expert in, but something I know quite a bit about, making money on social media. So there are so many different social media outlets that you can use to make money. Obviously, YouTube, where you're watching this video, is a great resource. You can also use Instagram. You could use Facebook. I'm not really into making money on Facebook. Facebook is not really my thing anymore, but Facebook is definitely a social media site that you can use, or you can start your own website or blog. So there's a lot of great things about starting a business on social media and trying to make money through social media using an audience. A lot of the positives are that you never know what's going to happen. You could have a social media account putting out great content for just a few weeks, and your channel or your Instagram page or your blog could absolutely blow up. But there's also the opposite. It could stay very small and not produce any or only a very small amount of income for months or years, which was actually the case for me. I had my original YouTube channel, which is just my name, Madison King. I had that channel for years and years and years before I made any more than 50 bucks a month on it. So that is definitely something to think about. But the reason why I think that social media is such a great tool for monetization is because it's fun. It's a great way to express yourself, and it's something where, for me personally, especially in the beginning before I was doing this full time, it was like, if I didn't really make any money off of social media, I didn't care, because it wasn't like, it is a lot of work to have a social media account where you can grow an audience and be growing every single month and increasing your income every single month. It's a lot of work, but it's also fun. And for me, it's something that I would be doing regardless of if I was making a penny on it or not. So I definitely think that if social media is something that you have a passion for, if you have a passion for sharing your life, sharing your family, or sharing a passion that you have or something that you can teach people, then it's a really great thing to start. And like I said, you really never know where it's going to go. There's so many people out there that now make millions and millions of dollars on social media every single year. So I think that social media is a really great little side hustle to get started with. So the next thing that we are going to talk about is online tutoring. So this goes out to a lot of you guys out there who are teachers or who have experience with working with kids and with education. Online tutoring has become a really big thing over the past couple of years, and it's actually a great way for you to make quite a bit of money. I've done some research on it in the past, and I found that a lot of people who go ahead and be an online tutor, you can pretty easily, as long as you put in the work, make a couple $1,000s a month doing this. So it can very easily be a part-time to full-time job for you. One of the biggest places where you can do this right now is on VIPKid or VIPKid. I don't really know how it's like supposed to be said or pronounced, but it's basically spelled VIP KID. And this is a website which I will link down below for you guys where you can sign up on, and you can sign up to be an online tutor. They only accept people who have experience working with kids or in education, so this is not something that every single person can do, but I feel like a large majority of people out there are teachers or have experience with education, have experience with working with kids. It's a pretty common field. So if that is you, I would definitely highly suggest looking into this. It's a great thing, I think, for people who are trying to subsidize their income or just make some extra money from home. So say in the past you were a teacher and then you decided to retire yourself and become a stay-at-home mom to stay home with your kids, but you know you don't want to put all of the financial stress on your husband, you can go ahead and start teaching online. I think that is so great. And I also know that unfortunately teachers here in the US are paid like crap most of the time, especially young teachers in their first couple of years. So if you're also a teacher out there who works full-time but you need a little side gig to make some extra income to pay off your debt or just live a little, I think that this is really great too. So I will link a couple of resources down below where you guys can sign up to be an online tutor and apply to do that yourself. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about is online freelancing. Online freelancing can mean a variety of different things, but basically what freelancing is when you go ahead and sell a service to someone that you can provide for them. So the things that I'm going to talk about are some things that I found on an online resource that are really easy to get started with and stuff that basically anyone can do. So the first one is proofreading. You can actually become a professional proofreader. And obviously the really cool thing about these online freelancing jobs too is that you can do them from absolutely anywhere. You can do them from home, wherever you live, it doesn't matter. This is a 100% online job where you can work for someone else and have them hire you. So that's really awesome. But you can become a proofreader. This is a really big thing if you have writing skills, if you have English skills, you're really good at proofreading, this would be a great little job for you. You can also do transcribing audio. So basically what this would be is you would get a video to watch and you would just transcribe the audio. So write down everything that you hear word for word perfectly. Those two things that I just said right there, I mean, basically anyone can do. Obviously, if you completely suck at spelling in English, don't become a proofreader because you probably won't get hired that much anymore. But transcribing too, especially, is something that really anyone could do. And then the other side of this equation that I find really interesting and that I really wanted to talk about was being a virtual assistant. So there are so many people like myself who work online now full time. And a lot of these people are growing these really big businesses, whether it's just managing a blog or managing a social media account or managing some sort of network marketing or sales business online, and they need help. Like, a lot of people are really busy. Even me, as someone who is not making a ton of money yet on social media, I'm just kind of getting started. I've considered many times hiring a virtual assistant because I know how much work that I do that is just kind of like automatic, going through the motions kind of things that I would love to be able to hire someone else to do for me. I know a few of my subscribers in the past have reached out to me asking if they could be my assistant, so I'm not looking for one at the moment. I just want to make that clear so I don't get anyone too excited. But this is definitely something that I am considering in the future, and I think that this is a really great side hustle, and this is also something that you can make a lot of money doing if you get really good at, because you can full on manage someone's company online. So this is a job that has a lot of potential, whether you want it to be a little side hustle that makes you a couple $100s a month, or you want to turn it into a huge six-figure business. And once again, I will link a couple of resources for you guys down below of the things I mentioned: becoming a proofreader, becoming a transcriber, and then a couple of different resources that teach you how to become a highly paid virtual assistant. So one of the next things that I wanted to talk about, I know these things are all across the board, but I really just wanted to tell you guys about a few different high-paying side hustles that are out there. Some of these things, you know, involve a lot of work for you, and some of them involve no work at all, like this one. So this is renting your car out. I recently found out this was a thing, and I've actually highly considered doing it myself, because for me, I'm a stay-at-home mom right now, and you guys know, like I've said a million times in this video, I am working on building a business from home, but I'm also a mom, and I don't really leave my house too often, to be honest with you guys, especially during the winter and the cold months. And since I've been pregnant, I'm pregnant right now, if you guys didn't already know, I have not left my house a lot, and often when I do leave my house, it's just to go in the back of my apartment and play at the park with my daughter. So there are many days where I don't use my car, and my boyfriend and I have 2 cars. We pay for both of them, and like neither of them are paid off, so we're spending a lot of money on cars that we're not really using too often. And if you are in that situation too, you can actually rent out your car. So there's tons of different services now that you can use, and apps and things like that. They're similar to like Airbnb or Vrbo, but for a car. So basically, if you have a car that you are not using all of the time, or even when you go on vacation or something like that, you can open up your car so that someone can rent it, and they can actually just come pick up your car and use it and pay you for using your car, and then they'll return it to you. So I think that this is a really freaking cool idea, and like I said, it really involves no work for you other than trusting someone else to have your car. I'm sure that these apps and these websites do tons of like background checking and make sure the person has insurance and everything like that, I would assume. But this is just a really cool thing that I think you can do to make some extra money. So I will also link a few different websites that are like the biggest websites that do this right now, so you guys can check out if this is something that you would want to do. So the last thing that I'm going to talk about is something that is a bit more work for you, but this is also something that can turn into a massive business that makes you a lot of freaking money. So this is reselling online. There's a ton of different places that you can do this. My personal favorite is Poshmark, and I do have a code with them, so if you guys are not already signed up with Poshmark, I will link my code down below. You guys can get like $10 off your first order on Poshmark if you sign up using my code. So I'll leave that down below for you guys. But basically, you could use Poshmark, you could use eBay, you can use Mercari. There's tons of different apps that you can use now, and of course there's things like eBay that have been around forever. But reselling is a huge thing. So there's a few different ways you can do it. You can obviously just sell your old things that you have. You know, say I don't want this shirt anymore, I go ahead and list it on Poshmark, someone buys it from me, and I make some money. But you can also buy things to resell. So a lot of people actually do this as their full-time job, and I've recently actually found a few YouTubers who talk all about this. Like their whole channel is dedicated to reselling and sharing their journey as a reseller. So basically what people will do is they will go to thrift stores like Goodwill, and they will buy things for super duper cheap, and they will just like scavenge the thrift store and find the absolute best, most expensive items they can for the cheapest price, and they will go and resell them online for a way higher price than they bought them. This can be a super profitable 6-figure business, but it can also just be a little side hustle. I actually use Poshmark as a little side hustle myself. I don't make a super large amount of money on Poshmark or anything, but I consistently can make $50 to $100 a month on Poshmark by just selling my old things. And in the past, I've also considered making a Poshmark boutique. So this is another way that you can do it, is you can buy wholesale items and online, and then you can sell them at retail price. To be honest, I didn't really follow through with it. I only bought like a couple of items to start selling on Poshmark, and I kind of gave up on it after a little while, just because, not because it wasn't profitable or wasn't fun or anything like that, but just because I had other things to focus on at the moment, and I was kind of adding too much to my plate. but that is definitely something that I want to get more into in the future once I get the kind of things that I'm focusing on right now rolling a little bit more, and I feel like I can add more to my plate. But reselling is huge, and like I said, you can do it in a lot of different forms, so I think that that is something that's super cool, and it can also be really freaking fun, especially if you love shopping. Anyway guys, I'm out of breath. I just talked for 20 minutes and I'm 30 weeks pregnant, so if any of you guys out there are moms, you know how it is. Trying to talk like crazy when you're in your 3rd trimester, you get out of breath super fast. But I wanted to share with you guys these 5 high-paying side hustles that you can do in 2020 because I want to share my entrepreneurial journey on this channel, but I also want to help you guys out there who want to be entrepreneurs or just want to make some extra cash online. So I'm going to be dedicating the next few weeks on this channel to sharing more side hustles and things that you can do from home to make money. So if you guys have any special requests that you want to see over the next couple of weeks, definitely let me know in the comments down below. If you have not already, make sure you subscribe to this channel. You can also go check out my vlog channel and subscribe to me over there. But anyway guys, I'm going to go ahead and go, and I will talk to you all in my next video next week. Bye!